Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022. It's a beautiful Thursday here in Buckhead. My hope and expectation is that your day is going absolutely amazing. If you would be so kind, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston. He's live. The squad is with me. We are live right here on the Ramonepreston Show. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please, while you're hitting the like button and the share button, put in the comments what city you're watching me from today. I love to know where you're watching from. So if you would be so kind, please put in the comments what city you're watching us from today. I'm going to take a few minutes today, probably about 30 minutes. I have a few appointments lined up, so I'm going to have to jump off a little earlier. But for the few minutes I have, I want to talk about the power of business exchanges. The power of business exchanges. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you own a business, or if you're thinking about getting into business, even if you're not in business or owning a business, maybe you have a desire to make more money. Well, if you're going to make more money, if you're going to build and grow a business, if you're going to experience financial freedom, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to get wealthy, if you have any dreams or desires to do any of those things, you have to understand and learn to use the power of business exchanges. So when I say the power of business exchanges, I'm talking about the value behind how you make exchanges in the marketplace. So the power of business exchanges is really centered around how valuable you can become in the marketplace through the exchanges that you make. This is really the basis of entrepreneurship. Like when you think about being an entrepreneur, when you think about being a hustler, a grinder, a go-getter, you're really thinking about making business exchanges. Every entrepreneur is an entrepreneur because the entrepreneur knows how to make exchanges. Now, there are different types of exchanges that can and should be made if in fact you want to see an impact and see positive results. So on one hand, your exchanges in business, your exchanges in the marketplace should be for a profit. Let's just be clear. Like if you out there making exchanges, if you calling people, sending emails, posting content on social media, if you knocking on doors, if you networking, if you doing all this stuff people do, you should be doing it for a profit. Number one, that's the first exchange you're making. But you should also make exchanges for a purpose that leads to a profit. So I want you to really understand that. The power of business exchanges begins with you understanding that, number one, you got to exchange. You got to take things that you have and you got to be willing to exchange it and give it to everybody you possibly can. Now, when you're making those exchanges, number one, you got to be thinking about making exchanges for profit. So even though you do have a purpose, but sometimes your purpose can get in the way of your profits if you ain't careful. Like there are a lot of people I know who are in business, who are entrepreneurs, who want to do great things. And all they got in their mind is, I just want to change the world. I just want to touch people. I just want to help somebody. I just want to be a blessing. I want to make an impact. Well, that's good to have a purpose. But when it comes to business exchanges, you got to be willing to make exchanges, to interact, to engage, to give value, and in exchange, make a profit. You have to have a profit on your mind. It's nothing wrong with you wanting to do something to make a profit. As a matter of fact, if you're getting into business, you should be getting into business with a purpose, but you also should be getting into business to make a profit. So your business exchanges begin with, or they're built on you knowing how to exchange, knowing how to give and receive for profit and for a purpose that leads to a profit. Now that's powerful because every exchange you make, you might not make an immediate profit. But if you're making an exchange that's with the intention of a profit, but even if it's not a profit, it's with the intention to have a purpose behind it that can lead to a profit, you're gonna always see a profit, and most likely you're gonna always see an impact from your purpose. So that's where we wanna start. We wanna start the power of business exchanges, understanding that you gotta be in business to make a profit, okay? I mean, it's no way around it. You got to be in business to make a profit. Okay, so let's make sure we understand that. Business exchanges equals profit. That's what they should equal. So if you're making a business exchange, like right now, I'm making a business exchange. I'm on a live show. I'm providing value to you. I'm giving you what I'm supposed to give you as a business consultant, as a coach, as an educator. And guess what? Even if it doesn't make a profit, meaning that even if you don't accept a call to action today and do business with me, well, guess what? It's going to be for a purpose. Because the purpose behind this exchange was to make sure that you got some information, you got some value. So business exchanges, excuse me, equals a profit, or I should say, and or a purpose that leads to a profit. So those are the two like foundational, those are like the foundational principles for what you do with your business exchanges. Now, I want to build on this because you should have the mindset that, okay, I want to get into business because I want to make a profit, and I want to use the vehicle of this business to make a profit. Now, in order for me to use this vehicle of a business to make a profit, I have to have enough value. I have to have things that are valuable enough for people to pay attention to, and at some point exchange with me their attention, their eyes, their ears, and at some point maybe exchange some of their money to receive the value of whatever it is that I'm offering and introducing. So you got to create these exchanges. Like, this is entrepreneurship at its best. You got to be willing to make exchanges. Every day that you wake up, you got to get in the exchange game, okay? Business exchanges are like, their business exchanges are really like, for lack of a better way of explaining it, business exchanges are like games. Like if you've ever played a game, okay, if you've ever played like a sport, okay, or any type of game. Well, this is how business exchanges are. They're like games, because you're going to either play the game or you're going to be a spectator and watch people play the game, and you got to choose what you want to do. So if you want to get into business and you want to be successful in business, you got to understand the power of business exchanges. So that means I'm going to be taking my ideas. That means I'm going to be taking my information. That means I'm going to be taking incremental pieces of what I offer in my products and my services, and I'm going to package them in a way so that I can start sharing with them and introducing my products and services and my business to the world and to everybody that I come into contact with. And at first my exchanges, let me write this a little different. So I've got business exchanges, and this is what I have to do every day. I've got to take my business exchanges and I got to build that muscle. So I got to take my ideas. I got to take my value. I got to take information. I got to take content. And all this content, all this information, all this value, all these ideas are probably going to be based on products and services. This is going to be based on products and services that you have. And guess what? It may not just be based on products and services you have. It may be based on products and services that other people have. It may be based on just information, content, value, and ideas that other people are interested in. But somehow you got to be able to make these exchanges that at some point lead people to being introduced to your products and services, because you've given them ideas, you've given them a lot of value, you've given them information, you've given them content. Now, this can work for you whether you are just starting a business or whether you already have a business started and you're trying to make more money in your business. So the power of business exchanges really puts you in a position so that you can start taking incremental pieces of your ideas, the value that you provide in your services or with your products. You can start taking information and content and packaging it in a way so that you start sharing it. I tell all the students and clients that I work with that when it comes to you making exchanges with people, you should be giving people your best information. You should be giving people the best content. You should be giving people the best value. You should be sharing so much with people that they have new ideas about what they can do with whatever it is products and services are that you have. You've got to put that in people's mind, and you've got to make people see that you are a commodity. Because this is what entrepreneurship is all about. Entrepreneurship is all about business exchanges. But the power of these exchanges really gives you the ability to have an edge on your competition. The power of business exchanges gives you the ability to always be first in mind or top of mind. So for example, okay, I'm a business and financial consultant and coach, and I help people start and structure their holding companies and their businesses, and I provide information and education on how to start them, how to structure them, how to develop creative financial tax strategies for their businesses, how to build these companies out. That's what I specialize in. So that means I've got to deliver or exchange a lot of content, a lot of information, a lot of ideas, a lot of value about this concept of holding companies, this concept of divisions and subsidiaries and systems and processes. And after a while, if you watch me enough, you start getting the idea that, wow, I can own a holding company. I can have operating companies. I can actually build a successful business as long as I got the right systems and processes. And then what does that do? That gives you it gives you at least the confidence. It gives you the ability to reach out to me so that we can make exchanges. And guess what? Even if you don't reach out to me to do business for profit, we're still doing business for a purpose, because my business exchanges are reflective of that. That's why I said when you make business exchanges, your business exchanges need to be first for profit. You need to be thinking about making money, and they need to be for a purpose that leads to a profit. So you see how that works? So for example, I'm sharing information with you today. What if you know you need a holding company, but you don't have the information on it? What if you know you need help with putting it together, starting it and structuring it, but you don't have the information? What if you can't find enough information on social media and Googling that can really help you put the business structure together and to help you figure out how you can lower your tax bill and how you can become more financially savvy with your business and how you can start scaling it and working better with your sales and marketing? Well, you know I have that information, you know I have the resources, but you may not feel the need, or you may just not be confident enough within yourself to pull the trigger and do business with me. So that means it may not be a profit through this exchange, but it's still a purpose, right? Because this purpose is being fulfilled. I share information, you watch me, and at some point this purpose can lead to a profit. Well, that's the same way you got to do with your business. So I want to just stop for a moment. I'll give you the second part of this in a few moments, but I want to stop for a moment and say this to you. If you are an entrepreneur if you're a business owner, even if you're a nonprofit owner, or you have a church or some type of ministry, if you're doing any type of business, running an organization, what you need to do is get a better understanding of the power of business exchanges, meaning that you've got to get an understanding that you have to take what you have in terms of ideas, in terms of value, in terms of information and content, and you've got to start packaging that in a way that you can start delivering it through ebooks, through free events, through consultations, and through free sessions, discovery calls, whatever you call them, through posts and emails and blogs and vlogs. You've got to start doing that through connecting with other people who need resources from you. That's how you start disseminating and distributing that. When you do that, you're actually utilizing the power of business exchanges. Now, initially, when you start making these business exchanges, it may all be at the top of your sales funnel that just gets you attention. So if all of your business exchanges with all this free stuff and all this value and your social media posts and your channels and distribution of information and value and content and resources, initially it may not really be a profit at the top, okay? You may not see no profit here at the top, but there's a purpose that can lead to a profit. So a lot of times you got to fill the top of this up in your business with a lot of activity. And that activity should be some form of business exchanges. Well, how is that activity going to be a business exchange? Well, people who watch you, people who follow you, people who listen to you, people who get the things that you give them, whether it's free ebooks, whether it's free information, free courses, whatever it is, they're going to be exchanging with you their eyes, their ears, their time. And the more eyes, ears, and time you get, at some point, you're going to start getting contact information. That, at least that's what you should be working towards. So you got to make sure that you have some type of sales and marketing system already put in place, so that if I gave you my phone number, or if I exchanged emails with you, or if I reached out to you through an inbox or a DM, or if I commented on your post and wanted more information from you, that there's a way that you can connect with me and make another exchange. Because up here, you're only exchanging your stuff for my ears, for my eyes, and for a little bit of my time. Below that, you're exchanging some of those things, perhaps, or because you did exchange those things, you're now exchanging it for my contact information. That's how it should be. And it should actually be that way here. Like, we live in a world today that when you watch stuff on social media and you scrolling, you can click the video or you can click the post, and there's going to be something that pop up, and you're going to have to put your email in order to get that ebook, or in order to get those 5 steps to this, or in order to get access to that free course or that trial period. And what happens is, once that exchange creates an opportunity for you to get that contact information, now that person comes into your ecosystem, and you have a better chance and a better way of doing business with them. But it all starts with these types of exchanges. So this is where the entrepreneur works well at. Like, a lot of people that you see on social media winning, they may not be the best business owners. Some of them don't even own and run real big businesses. Some of them are just great salespeople that might be getting a commission. They may be affiliate marketers with no business structure put in place. All they're doing is just using other people's stuff, getting the attention because they're making daily exchanges, and because they're getting the attention from those exchanges, they're actually making money. And you're going to have to do the same thing. So you got to beef up this stuff. Because when I talk to entrepreneurs and they tell me, oh, I'm working on the logo, I'm working on my domain, I'm working on getting my EIN number. I'm working on getting my Secretary of State LLC. I'm working on all this stuff. It's not that this stuff is not important, but it ain't as important as your business exchanges. Your business exchanges, you getting out there in the marketplace, knocking on doors, making noise, making moves, letting people see you, but you're not doing it without a purpose. You're doing it with a purpose. And your main purpose is to make a profit, but even before the profit, there just needs to be enough activity going on that can at some point lead to a profit. Because once you fill this up, it's going to be automatic for certain relationships to flow down into your ecosystem so you can start doing business with them. So if you're ready to make those types of business exchanges, what are some of the first things you need to do? Well, I'll say number one, you need to have some product and service. You need to have a product and service. And this needs to be a product and or a service, should I say plural, products and services. Okay? Whatever the products and services are that you want to use to sell, they need to be products and services that you're sold on. So you gotta be sold on these things, okay? You gotta be sold. You gotta be sold on these products and services, and you gotta be willing to go all in with them. So if there are products and services that you're trying to sell that you ain't sold on, how you gonna sell them? Unless you just got a lot of charisma and you're just good and you just have the gift of persuasion and you just figure out a way, but it's only so much you're going to do even with all that. At a certain point, you got to have products and services that you're sold on, that you're proud of, and products that you can really get behind. These got to be products that you can get behind and push like never before. If you cannot get behind the products and services that you're trying to sell, whether you're selling them as an affiliate marketer, whether you're selling them through a commission, or whether you're selling them through your business as products and services, you got to be sold on these products and services, and you got to get behind them. You got to go all in. You got to just say, you know what? These are the products and services that I believe in, and this is what I'm going to get behind. So I sell educational products and services like our Millionaire Blueprint. I have ministry products and services that we sell. I have coaching programs, consulting services that I sell. And guess what? It's all about business, starting, structuring, and scaling. It's all about financial literacy. I'm all in with it. I'm sold on it. Number one, because I'm the first customer. Everything that I share, I'm using, and it's worked for me. So it's really easy for me to sell it. But I continue to feed myself with the principles and concepts that I teach and provide for my students and clients as well. So I'm sold. I'm sold. I know it works. I know it's a great product. I know I can be trusted. I know I'm confident in it. I know I'm committed to it. I know I'm always continuing to make it better. And I know whatever someone purchases from me, whether it's a single course, whether it's a coaching program, whether it's a consulting service, or maybe just the services of us filing and forming their holding companies, whatever the services, the programs and products are, I'm sold and I can get behind it. I tell this to my team all the time. You got to be sold on what we're selling, and you got to get behind it 100%. That means everybody that knows you should know what you do. Everybody. If you selling products and services and everybody that knows you don't know what you're doing, it's because you're not sold. I'm going to say it again. If you sell products and services and everybody that knows you don't know what you're doing, it is because you're not sold. So you have to have the products and services that you can take pride in, be sold on, get behind. And then what you have to do is you have to take those products and services that you're sold on, and you've got to start creating content. You've got to start creating content and packaging that content in ways that it can bring value to other people. So you can't just keep talking about, oh, here's my product, here's what I sell, here's my service, here's what we do. We've got 20 years of service, we're experienced, we're this, we're that. Nobody cares about that. You got to take those products and services and create content around them. You've got to figure out, what content can I create? How can I take these products and services and break them up into like a educational institution? That's what you should be doing. You should create an educational institution for your products and services, and you become the distributor of that educational information and as an institution, right? And then once you do that, now you've got to, number two, you've got to educate yourself and train on how to get better at sales and marketing. So, of course, getting better at sales is about you familiarizing yourself with CRMs. It's about you learning a sales process that you can use so that when people do come into your pipeline or your ecosystem, you know how to communicate with them, you know what questions to ask, you know how to give a presentation or a great demonstration for your products, and at the end of the day, you know how to close them. You know how to make them clients and customers to your products and services. So you have to train and educate yourself on sales, but then also on marketing. And this is an ongoing thing. No matter how good you get at any of these things, you can always get better. And so anybody that you talk to who is educated and trained in sales and marketing, most likely they have a coach, they're part of masterminds, they go to conferences, they go to events, they pay to get other people's information to learn on a regular basis. And so marketing, you got to learn about branding, you got to learn about digital marketing, you got to learn about funnels, you got to learn about landing pages, you got to learn about technology, you got to learn about all these automations that exist today. And it's a lot to learn, but at least you can start building that muscle to do that, okay? So that would be number two, to educate and train yourself, particularly on sales and marketing, so that you can take the products and services that you're sold on and know how to properly sell them and know how to properly market them. And so number three, if there was a number three, which there can always be another number, but number three, what you have to do is you've got to go to social media. You've got to go to your phone log. You've got to go to your email list. And you got to go to some people just in person. And you need to present to them everything that you got and everything that you have and that you're doing that can bring value to them. You got to go all in. You need to be on social media every day as a producer. You need to be calling people that's in your phone. Even if they don't want to buy it, at least figure out and find out through your sales process, do they even qualify to be clients or customers? And if they don't qualify, or if they say they don't want to buy anything that you offer, at least you let them tell you no. Stop saying no for them. And number two, you can always ask them, who do you know that could use what I just told you I have and that need what I'm offering? Oh, I know somebody. Maybe they know somebody. You need to do that to your email list. And if you don't have these lists in a central location, it means you don't understand systems or processes. So that's how you're going to take the power of business exchanges and you're going to make it work for you. That's what you're going to do. Now, again, if you need any help with any of this, I want you to just reach out to me. We have educational programs to show you how to properly start your business, structure it. We have information and education on how to build your main systems, like your sales system, your marketing systems, your operational systems, and your financial systems. You got to have those systems. So we have an educational program called the Millionaire Blueprint. It teaches you all these principles and concepts for starting the business, structuring it, and scaling it. You learn about finances, you learn about tax strategies, you learn about sales, marketing, goal setting, real estate investing, and building a legitimate business that can make you a millionaire. We also have a coaching program. It's a one-year coaching program called the Millionaire Mentorship Program. So that that includes our Millionaire Blueprint, but it also includes one-on-one coaching sessions. Maybe you just need to sit down with somebody like me so that we can kind of flesh out and dial in on what you need to do and how you need to do it and what is it going to take to get it done. We can put a game plan together. We can put you in our one-year coaching program. You're going to have access to our weekly coaching calls, our quarterly workshops. You're going to have access to our Millionaire Concierge that you can call and communicate with on a regular basis. And you're going to be a part of a community that can really help you start, structure, and scale your business. I want you to win. I want you to succeed, but you got to want to win and you got to want to succeed. So if you need more information, or if you have any questions, or if you know just for sure that these are resources that you need and you want to start pursuing your business success, I want you to just text the word millionaire to me today, and I'll be more than happy to take a few minutes to speak with you and to show you what we can do to help you take your business and your finances to the next level. So just text millionaire to 404-478-7213. Listen, I'm sorry I have to end the show a little early today, but I appreciate you for joining me. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow me on all social media platforms. Today is Thursday, August the 25th. We'll be back tomorrow on Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, with more valuable information that can be used to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and all your wealth building dreams. Until tomorrow, have an amazing day. I'll see you right here on the